Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Black Ops 6. The official reveal was today, the Black Ops 6 Direct. Of course, people are going to be saying, well, Nero, I thought you were an X-Defiant channel now. Well, of course, I'm going to be doing X-Defiant as well as COD going forward. As long as there's an interest in both games, I'm happy to post both to the channel here. I think both games can definitely coexist. And today we got the reveal for Black Ops 6, which I've got to tell you guys, looks pretty damn good. Everything from the gameplay to the graphics to the changes they are making. A lot of positive things came out of today's reveal, and of course the full reveal will be in August at Call of Duty Next. That's going to be the official full reveal of the multiplayer, but today we did learn a ton about the Black Ops 6 multiplayer, so let's just go ahead and jump into it here. One of the big things they've done is they're trying to bring back things that they took away, kind of building upon what Sledgehammer Games did with Modern Warfare 3, bringing back the minimap, bringing back Dead Silence, making movement feel a little bit better. Like, Sledgehammer Games made a number of positive changes based on community feedback, and it looks like Treyarch is going to be following suit here with Black Ops 6. The big one for me personally, Classic Prestige is returning, though they're going to be making it even better. So what they said is initially there's going to be 55 levels in the game, then from there you can Prestige, and it's going to be a Classic Prestige in that you lose all of your guns and then have to start all over pretty much. They didn't really mention whether or not camos are going to carry over. I hope that camos carry over throughout the Prestiges. I mean, having to redo all your camos in a game like COD 4 felt really bad, but ultimately there are going to be 10 prestiges in the game, and they claim every single prestige is going to have a whole set of rewards, so every prestige is going to feel important. And then on top of that, you have your Prestige Master, which will also have 1,000 levels with an ultimate reward at the very end if you hit Master Prestige level 1,000. Now that reward better be cooler than anything that shows up in the shop. I'm telling you guys what, like, I know they're not going to do it, but if you make it to Master Prestige level 1,000 in a game that has a 1-year life cycle, that reward should be freaking incredible. Like, you should have a whole skin, you should have a whole weapon blueprint, a camo that you can put across all your guns. There should be some really cool death animation when you kill enemy players, letting them know that you're level 1000. Like, hopefully it's going to be big. They teased it right here at the reveal of Black Ops 6, so hopefully the ultimate reward will be good. But even for the average person who's not going to get anywhere near level 1000, every single prestige having its own set of rewards, whether they're going to be camos or blueprints or calling cards or whatever, that is a positive change. I'm very happy they're bringing Prestige mode back. On top of that, they announced that there will be 16 maps at launch. I think they said they're pretty much all original as well, with 12 of those maps being specifically designed for 6v6, and then the remaining 4 also for 6v6. I was kind of setting you guys up there. I think a lot of you were worried I was going to say Ground War or something like that, but they're calling the 4 remaining maps Strike maps, which are designed for 6v6 as well as 2v2, which all but confirms the return of Gunfight and or Face Off, which was a great feature back in Black Ops Cold War. If you guys don't recall or never played the game mode, essentially they had these Face Off maps like 2v2, 3v3, and whatever, and then eventually they made it so you could play 6v6 on those maps that are designed for 2v2 and 3v3, and a lot of the time that just felt really good. A lot of the time it was really enjoyable. You level up your guns pretty quickly, but you also had that variety of having all those extra maps being thrown into the game for the base 6v6 multiplayer, and it looks like they're going to be expanding upon that here within Black Ops 6. So once again, 16 maps at launch, and of course we saw Nuketown is going to be returning. It would not be a Black Ops game without Nuketown. The maps are going to have a classic 3-lane design and be quite varied, but one of the big things I noticed about this is, what about this satellite map? Right here, it just looks like a normal map, kind of reminiscent actually of a Black Ops Cold War map. It looks fine during the day, but then you see this, where it's all broken down at night and there's missiles launching in the background. Like, what is that all about? I was talking to my Twitch chat about this. I did live stream the entire reveal with my brother. We had like a full live reaction to everything, and some of us wondered maybe that's what happens when nuke goes off. Maybe that's something that happens at the very end of a game, similar to how Nuketown would explode at the end of every single match. But they showed footage throughout the reveal of people walking around on that map at night, so I really don't know how that is going to work. This could be the return of a system like we had back in Black Ops 4, where they have map variants. Of course, back in Black Ops 4, we had Contraband, but then we had Contraband Hurricane. We had Seaside, and then we had Seaside Sunset. Try saying that 5 times fast as somebody who's tongue-tied. It's not very freaking easy. So that system may be returning for Black Ops 6. We really don't know. They didn't really expand upon that whatsoever, and I imagine they're going to be teasing more about that between now and the full reveal of the Black Ops 6 multiplayer in August. One final thing here about the core aspects of the game and big notes I have written down is theater mode is going to be returning, which is a welcome feature. I think a lot of people really enjoy theater mode. There's so much cool stuff you can do with it, and as a content creator, I know I'm going to be using it a ton, so that's pretty freaking cool. So those are the big notes, like overarching changes and things that they're going to be adding to the game, but now let's get into the thick of things when it comes to gameplay. The big one that everyone's talking about, the omnidirectional movement. This is basically going to allow every person within Black Ops 6 to dive, slide, or run in any direction that they want. You can dive forward, you can run backwards, like backpedaling, like a defensive back might do in the NFL. You can do 180 dolphin dives, you can dive sideways, and I'm wondering how annoying this is going to be. I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw this, I'm like, man, that looks like it's gonna be kind of annoying, but then I remember when they revealed, you guys know, like back in the day when they revealed mounting, for example, we're like, oh my god, everybody's gonna be mounted all the time, the game's gonna be so slow. Mounting is certainly still a feature, but it's not really that prevalent within COD, to be perfectly honest. Maybe in hardcore modes, it's a little bit different, but in the core standard multiplayer, mounting's not that big of a deal. I'm wondering if the omnidirectional movement is going to be kind of like that, where people have the ability to do these things, but more often than not, they're just going to use their normal slides, their normal dives, and just run around as they normally would in previous Call of Duty titles. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out, honestly. I can see a situation where if it gets out of hand, where people are constantly diving and juking and movement godding all the time, I can see a situation where it may end up making the game feel like an advanced movement game without the jetpacks. You know, remember back in Advanced Warfare, for example, where people could kind of like dash to the left or dash to the right? Well, now they can dive to the left and dive to the right. So is it going to feel like having exosuits, but without the ability to fly? I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Watching the gameplay here in the trailer and the reveal and everything didn't look too bad to me personally. Of course, there were a ton of YouTubers out there that were already flown out by Activision to play the game early, and we'll have to wait and see what they have to say. I haven't had time to look through all the videos or anything because I'm not one of those people, you know, that partners up with Activision and gets flown out and all that stuff, you know? So, you know, their videos have been done for days now. They've just been waiting to upload that video. They've known all this information all this time. They've just been waiting for the embargo to go up, whereas me, who's just like an average COD player, just like the rest of you, I had to wait for the official reveal, mark down all my notes, get all my footage, and put my video together. So I've had time to watch everyone else's videos or anything, but we'll have to see how the omnidirectional movement overall feels and how it's overall going to change the game. When it comes to the attachments within Black Ops 6, we don't really know whether or not it's going to be a pick 10 system, to my understanding, but they are going to have the return of the gunsmith as well as some wild cards. So by default, your gun is going to have up to 5 attachments on it, but you can have up to 8 attachments on it while using a wild card. There's going to be a perk 1, a perk 2, and a perk 3, and you can equip 3 of the same perk type for something called perk specialty. What exactly that means, I really have no idea, but it does look like they're going to be going back to a more normal perk system as compared to the equipment system that we have here in Modern Warfare 3. It is worth mentioning that before Modern Warfare 3 came out, it was leaked and kind of revealed to an extent by the Sledgehammer devs that they wanted to have pick 10 within Modern Warfare 3, but basically Infinity Ward said no. So I'm wondering if Treyarch is going to expand upon these systems that Sledgehammer was working on with Black Ops 6. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Traditional score streaks are going to be returning, which is interesting. Things like the RCXD, we had leaks and rumors previously that the tactical nuke was going to be in the game. We'll have to see how that plays out. And then on top of that, the game is going to have a lot of variety, according to the people that were trying to hype up the game, but take all of that with a pinch of salt. These are either people that are literally working for Activision during the reveal, or these are content creators who are just flown out and just wined and dined by Activision, got to play the games, got to stay at the hotels, got to talk to the devs and everything. So take everything they say with a pinch of salt. There's inherently going to be a bias there. But according to what they said during the reveal, there's going to be a lot of weapon variety because of how the game is going to be laid out with its theme as well as its characters. A lot of the main characters in the story mode are going to be going rogue due to a corrupt government, and as such, they get their weapons wherever they can. It's a Black Ops game, right? So this means we're going to have guns like the Vietnam era M16, the L96 sniper rifle, the AK-47, the 74U, the MP5. Basically what they tried to say is there's going to be a lot of variety in the weapons because, you know, it's a Black Ops game. We could have everything from World War II weapons to Vietnam weapons to Gulf War to Cold War. Like, all these guns across history could all end up being within this one game, which is pretty cool. Now, if you're wondering about carry forward, that is not going to be a thing within the standard multiplayer. Things like your Modern Warfare 2 weapons and your Modern Warfare 3 weapons are not going to be part of Black Ops 6. It's going to be a whole clean slate, with the exception of Warzone. They didn't really mention too much about Warzone, but they did say that going forward, like when Warzone launches with Season 1 of Black Ops 6, Warzone is going to have the guns from MW2, MW3, and Black Ops 6 all all thrown together, which is going to make balancing really simple, I'm sure. On top of that, we have a customizable UI. This is freaking awesome if you ask me. Like, you can tailor your UI in Black Ops 6 to be whatever you want, essentially, which reminds me a lot of games like World of Warcraft, for example. I've played a lot of WoW in my time. So, like, here's the default UI within the game, and here's the UI that I use while I play the game. It may look like a lot, but I promise all the information here is, like, actually usable, and, like, WoW can definitely be confusing for some people when you look at screenshots like this, but having that completely customized UI and tailoring it to how you want things to look is freaking incredible, and Call of Duty is finally doing that with Black Ops 6. Now, one final thing I suppose here is they say the shooting range is going to be returning, but we have no word as of right now on whether or not it's actually going to be good. X-Defiant, of course, just came out, and its firing range is incredible. You can test out so many things. The detailed stats are awesome. And then you have the COD firing range, where you shoot at target dummies that don't even have the correct health value. Did they ever fix that, by the way? I have not been paying attention. It's entirely possible they haven't even fixed that yet, but regardless, they're going to be having the shooting range returning, which is something we expected, but hopefully it's going to be something that is going to be improved upon. Hopefully Treyarch worked a little bit harder on that feature, because it's something that Call of Duty has been neglecting for a number of years. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, that's pretty much everything in regards to the Black Ops 6 multiplayer that was revealed today. Of course, we got the reveals for the campaign. They showed zombies a little bit. Zombies will be round-based. Gobblegum will be returning. Of course, there will be 2 zombies maps at launch, which is pretty freaking cool. But as of right now, we're just kind of waiting for more proper gameplay from the Black Ops 6 multiplayer, as well as the official reveal on August 28th at Call of Duty Next. And I imagine between now and then, we're going to be getting a number of leaks, a number of rumors, and a number of teasers and official things coming out from Activision. And as always, I will keep you guys posted as we learn more, as more updates come out, and as more stories develop. But for right now, that's pretty much it for this video here today. Of course, the big thing that they didn't talk about at all today would be skill-based matchmaking, but we'll probably cover that in an upcoming video, because I know all the comments on this video are going to say, oh, this sounds stupid because skill-based matchmaking is going to ruin the game. I understand where you guys are coming from, and that will be discussed, but for right now, I just want to talk about the things that were revealed, and honestly, there's a lot of positive stuff here. There really is. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback on Black Ops 6 so far down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.